Now, before we continue, let's have a look at what these key terms are: GPAs and CGPAs. What are they exactly? So I made a small slide just to explain basically these key terms so that you can have the basic understanding before we go into the practical calculation. So let's have a look at them. So GPA is usually the numerical representation of your average performance in a single term. Typically, GPA is calculated from the range of 4.0 to 0.0, but in some schools they use 5.0 or 10.0 to 0.0. This GPA will measure your academic performance over a semester or a term. Now let's look at how it's calculated. First of all, GPA is calculated using the sum of the grade points divided by the total credit hours. Now, for all the grades you have been getting in each course, let's say A, B plus, B, C plus, C, all those have points. So with each grade point, you use the total, you sum them together, and then you divide it by the credit hour GPA. Now the CGPA is the overall average of your GPA divided by the number of semester that you have done, and that one is usually calculated this way. Now let's look at why GPAs and CGPAs are important. So first of all, you need it in your academic progress. In some schools, when you have to do your top-up or to continue your education, they require you present your transcript, and this transcript contains your detailed CGPAs and then GPAs. And also in some works, like when you are to go for a job, they require your transcript just to verify that yes, this your final class that you had actually is from your works. So in a nutshell, you are encouraged to keep a consistent performance just to maintain a strong GPA. Have a strong CGPA. This will help you even get not only jobs, probably scholarship, sponsorship, and all sort of goodies that will come your way. So now let's delve into the practicals, how GPAs and CGPAs are calculated practically. So as I said earlier on, to calculate the GPA of any academic year, you need to get the average grade point of each semester, and then you divide it by the number of semester under that particular year. And with the nursing schools, we have only 2 semesters per one academic year. So let's say in this case we have, this is our first semester results. We have about 6 courses: anatomy, IPC, introductory nursing, therapeutic communication, professional adjustment, and then behavioral science. So with each course, we need to know the grade the person had and then the credit hour. So this is just a sample. Let's say the person had this resource at the end of first semester, with E meaning the person failed, and then IPC being C, introductory nursing with C+, therapeutic communication with C+, professional adjustment with C+, and then behavioral science with C. Practicals and other additional courses might come to add, but this is just a sample that I want to use for us to calculate the GPA of this person. So if you have any other courses that you did under that particular semester, you can add it. That is after you get to understand how to calculate the GPA for one semester. So what you need to do is you need to know the grade point of each grade. So like I said, on the HCI portal, when you have A, that means you are getting 4 as your what? Your grade point. When you have B plus, you are getting 3.5. B will give you 3. C plus will give you 2.5. C will give you 2. D plus will give you 1.5. D will give you 1, and then E, like I said, means failure. So you have failed in that particular course and you have to retake it. So this person has sat for 6 courses and then the person failed 1. So let's see how we are going to calculate the GPA for this particular semester. So all you have to do is you list down the grades and then the credit hour. So on my right hand side we have the grade point, that is this one. That is the grade point. So all you have to do is you go to the grade points and then you pick the point that is what attached to the letter. So for this course, for instance, anatomy, the person had E, and then the grade point for E is what? 0. So that is how come we have 0 here. And then IPC, the person had C, and the grade point for C is what? 2. So that's how come we have 2 here. C plus is 2, 2.5. We have 2.5 here. So to get the grade point average, you need to multiply the credit hour by the GPA. So that is how we come. That is how come we have this 2 multiplied by 0, and here we have what? 0. This GP here means grade point, and this X simple means multiplication, and this CR simple means credit hour. So you have to take the credit hour and then multiply it by the grade point. So 2 multiplied by 0, you get 0. 3 multiplied by 2, you get 6. 3 multiplied by 2.5, you get 7.5. 2 multiplied by 2.5, you get 5. 2 multiplied by 2.5, you get 5. And then in behavioral science, the person has C, so which is what? 2. So 2 multiplied by 2, that is the credit hour multiplied by the grade point of C, which is 2, is what? 4. So now you take the total of what? All this, which is, and then you take the total credit hour in that semester, in this case, which is 14. So what you have to do is you divide the grade points by the credit hour. That is 27.25 divided by 14. And when you do that, you can use your calculator. When you do that, you get this value. So just like what we have the formula here, 27.5 divided by 14, and you get 1.964. So approximately that's just 1.96. So that's the result for first semester. Now let's go to second semester. So it's the same formula. Credit hour multiplied by grade point. So let's say this second semester the person sat for 7 courses. Introductory nursing 2, anatomy, surgical nursing, medical nursing, pharmacology, nursing informatics, and then child health. And then these are the grades the person had. The person had E again in anatomy. So as we all know, let's move to the right hand side and then which matches the grade with the points. So in introductory nursing 2, the person has C plus, and the point for C plus is 2.5. So that's how come we have 2.5 here. E is 0. Okay. So you pick each grade and then tally it with the points, and then you multiply it by the credit hour. So after going through all this, we have the total of 30 as the grade points, with the credit hour being 19. So once again, all you have to do is you pick the grade points, the total of the grade point, that is 30 divided by 19, and then this is what you get, 1.579, approximately 1.58. Now that's for 2 semesters and that's for 1 academic year. So to get the cumulative grade point average, you need to take the first semester the first semester's grade point, and then you add it to the second semester's grade point, and then you divide it by 2. That is GPA 1 plus GPA 2 divided by 2, and this is what you get. So let's say for that particular academic year, this is what the person had: 1.772. So approximately 1.8. Now, you know that the person has some fails in the papers. So how do we add that? So to add the failed papers, the person will have to retake the exams. So after taking the exams, it's the same calculation you are going to do. You need to get the grade the person had in all those papers that the person sat down. And so let's say in this case, the person had 2 E's in that particular year. That is anatomy 1 and then anatomy 2. And then the person sat for the receipt, and then the person had D and then D plus. And on the grade point calculation, D is what? 1, and then D plus is 1.5. So once again, all you have to do is you take the credit hour, multiply by the point. So D is 1, so, and the credit hour is 2. So 2 multiplied by 1 will give you 2. And then here D plus, which is what? 1.5, and the credit hour is 2. So 2 multiplied by 1.5 is 3. So when you sum it all, you get 5. And when you sum this credit hour, you get 4. So all you have to do is 5 divided by 4, and this is what you get: 1.25. Now, to get the CGPA, or the Cumulative Grade Point Average, you have to sum up all the GPAs. All the GPAs. The first semester, second semester, plus the receipt. And then we did that already, and we had 1.772. So all we have to do is we need to take this current GPA and then add it to the 1.772. This way. And then you divide it by 2. And then this is what we had. And this is what we had. So let me know. You can leave your comments in the comment section in case you have any question or any. Thank you.